fishing show. We're going fishing.
Newstalk ZB, happy Saturday morning. It is that time once again, and we're back for 2013. It is Fishing with Crimpy. Good morning, Mr. Crimp.
Very good morning, Mr. Reagan. And that rocked around rather quickly, didn't it?
It did, didn't it?
My, how I looked forward to the break, and then all of a sudden it was over. However...
It was wildly exciting and windy holiday period.
It has been, hasn't it? Tell me, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No, I'm still... no. Well, actually, you know, I tell a lie. I need to get fit again.
Yeah, well, when was the last time you were fit?
I'm in shape.
Can we?
Round
yes,
as a shape.
A shape, it is. Can you remember that far back?
Well, funnily enough, I played rugby for 2 years in the UK.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, with the ball.
But ball boy. But I was fit then, and then I came back from New Zealand, from the UK, and just went. Yeah. So I've got to get back on that pony again.
Well, sadly, we're only 2 weeks into the new year, and my resolution hasn't worked already.
What was that?
Well, you're still here.
Well played, old bean.
Yes, but surprise, you know, at this time of year, it is the time of making resolutions. And my young daughter came up to me over the Christmas period and she said, "Dad, you know what my New Year's resolution is going to be this year?"
What's that?
I said, "Darling, I've got no idea." You know, and she said, "I want to catch a kingfish."
Wants to catch kingfish.
Yeah, she had a bit of a sabbatical from fishing for a couple of years, but back into it, courtesy of the Dawnbreakers Fishing Club and the competition. Got sick of watching younger brother Daniel clean up all the prizes every year, so she's decided to get back into it this year, and she started with a hiss and a roar, and I couldn't believe it. First day out, first cab off the rank, she landed her kingies. So there's a lot of kingfish off the Boulder Bank at the moment. Not only just around Nelson, you know, over in Motuwake area there off the Spat Farms. Plenty of rat kingies around, which is good for the fishing stocks, and Marlborough Sounds, and even down the coast off the Waimak and the Rakaia River mouths there's kingies too.
Oh, beauty.
More of those in a moment. But
what about snapper at the moment?
Yeah, well, they've gone a bit quiet, eh? And the reason for that is it's rumpty pumpty time for the snapper.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
All time, huh?
Yeah. Well, and they can go on and on and on, you know, because they can. They're serial spawners.
Stallions.
I mean, let's face it. If you only got it once a year, you'd go on, wouldn't you?
Oh,
I know I do.
If I was fit enough.
Oh, indeed. But yeah, no, they're serial spawners, so they're spawning at the moment, so quite difficult to catch. But I mean, like anything, they do have to eat. So there are certain times when you target them. The key thing is to look for the little patches of smoke above the water.
Having the wee after...
yeah, well, you know, have a fag and then get the munchies. But yeah, and the other problem is with them too is that this time of year there's a lot of loopies out in the boat. They don't like tourists. And,
right.
Yeah, so a lot of boat activity and that puts them down. So you really have to target them in the quiet parts of the day, early morning, late evening.
Well, when will they stop, you know, doing the business?
It all comes down to water temperature, and while the water temperatures stay warm, they'll keep spawning. So they can spawn as little as probably 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But the longest I've actually seen them spawning is going right through into early mid-February.
Wow, that must have been in the 70s, time of free love.
Yeah, lots of flower power hippies and smoking the wrong sort of cigarettes.
All right. Also around the traps as well, elephant fish, they're cruising off the east coast at the moment, I hear.
Yeah, and they're a great sports fish. They look ugly. They've got a big snout on them. You've got to be careful if you haven't caught them before, because they have a spine right at the front of their dorsal fin and it can stab you.
Ah.
Yeah, so not only do they have a trunk, they have tusks, or one tusk.
Are they poisonous?
No, they're not. I don't think they're poisonous. Well, I've never been stabbed.
Right.
But they can inflict a very nasty, painful wound. And if you're on the west coast, off Greymouth, off Hokitika, south of Hokitika, and certainly north of Westport, the snapper fishing has been very, very good this year. Also Kauai and rig off the shores, although those winds that we have been experiencing have muddied up the water and made things a little bit difficult. A great story coming in from my friend Jeff Holden, who's a member of the Dawnbreakers Fishing Club. Yeah. Went fishing off French Pass in his kayak, and we've got this to say to you, Jeff.
Hey! What's the story there?
Oh, can you imagine Jaws in a kayak?
Oh, no, what? Paddling one?
No, actually coming up to take a bite of one. Well,
oh, really?
To find out what's happened in the story, you have to tune into the next issue of the fishing paper. But let's just say, Jeff had his work cut out for him for a couple of hours there. Jaws in a kayak, what a fabulous story. And if you're going out this weekend, going fishing, you'll need to know what the tides are. The tides loom in a moment, more of that in a moment. And we also have 2 young fishers who are keen on the sport.